Apple's craziest future products that could change everything. Imagine waking up tomorrow and putting on a pair of AirPods that can recognize everything around you. They translate foreign languages instantly, identify landmarks, and answer questions about whatever you're looking at. Later that day, you unfold your iPhone into a tablet, edit a video on an ultra-thin OLED MacBook, and return home to find an Apple robot waiting to help with your daily routine. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. But here's the surprising part. Every one of these ideas is connected to technologies Apple is reportedly exploring today. For decades, Apple hasn't just followed technology trends, it has helped create them. The iPhone completely changed smartphones, the Apple Watch redefined wearable technology, and the Vision Pro showed that Apple is already thinking beyond traditional screens. Now the company appears to be preparing for its next chapter. From AI-powered wearables to futuristic iPhones and even home robotics, Apple's future could be far more exciting than most people imagine. So today, we're exploring 7 incredible Apple products that could completely change the way we live, work, and interact with technology. Let's begin with one of the smallest devices Apple makes: AirPods with cameras. When Apple launched the original AirPods, they were designed to make listening to music easier by removing the wires. Since then, they've evolved into much more than simple earbuds. Features like active noise cancellation, spatial audio, and seamless switching between Apple devices have made AirPods one of the company's most successful products. But according to respected industry analysts, Apple may be planning something even more ambitious. Future AirPods could include tiny cameras or advanced visual sensors. Before you imagine people taking photos with their earbuds, that's probably not the purpose. Instead, these sensors would work alongside artificial intelligence to understand the world around you. Imagine walking through an unfamiliar city. Instead of pulling out your iPhone to translate a street sign or identify a famous building, your AirPods could quietly provide that information through Siri. Or imagine shopping at a grocery store. Your AirPods might recognize products, remind you what's already in your kitchen, or even help compare prices using Apple's AI. These features would also fit perfectly into Apple's growing vision of spatial computing, where technology blends naturally into everyday life instead of forcing you to stare at another screen. Of course, fitting cameras into something as small as AirPods presents enormous engineering challenges. Battery life, heat management, and privacy would all need to be carefully addressed. But if Apple succeeds, AirPods could become one of the smartest wearable devices ever created. And while Apple may be changing the way we hear the world, it's also working on changing the device we use every single day: the foldable iPhone. For years, foldable smartphones have been one of the biggest trends in the mobile industry. Companies like Samsung and Google have already introduced devices that unfold into larger screens. Yet Apple has remained surprisingly quiet. Why? Because Apple has never been obsessed with being first. Instead, the company prefers to perfect a technology before bringing it to market. That's exactly what happened with smartwatches and wireless earbuds. Industry reports suggest Apple has spent years developing stronger hinges, more durable, flexible displays, and ways to reduce the visible crease that still exists on many foldable phones today. If Apple finally releases a foldable iPhone, it won't simply be about making a phone that bends. It will be about creating a device that feels unmistakably like an iPhone. Imagine unfolding your phone to reveal a tablet-sized display that's perfect for watching movies, editing photos, reading books, or multitasking between multiple apps. Instead of carrying both an iPhone and an iPad, you could have the best of both worlds in one device. Combined with Apple's powerful chips and software ecosystem, a foldable iPhone could become one of the most versatile devices the company has ever made. But Apple isn't only redesigning the outside of the iPhone. It's also rumored to be giving photographers something they've wanted for years: iPhone 18 Pro, variable aperture camera. Every year, Apple improves the iPhone camera, but the rumored variable aperture camera for a future iPhone 18 Pro could be one of the biggest photography upgrades yet. Unlike current iPhones, which use fixed camera apertures, this system would allow the lens to physically adjust how much light enters the camera. In bright daylight, it could reduce the amount of light for sharper, more detailed photos. At night, it could open wider to capture brighter images with less noise. Professional cameras have used this technology for decades because it provides greater creative control. For iPhone users, that could mean more natural background blur, better portraits, improved low-light photography, and even more cinematic videos. Apple has steadily narrowed the gap between smartphones and professional cameras. A variable aperture system could bring the iPhone even closer to replacing dedicated cameras for many creators. But while one Apple team is focused on helping users capture the perfect photo, another may be working on something even more ambitious, a product that doesn't fit in your pocket at all: Apple Home Robot. For years, Apple has focused on creating an ecosystem where all of its devices work together seamlessly. Your iPhone unlocks your Mac, your Apple Watch finds your iPhone, and your AirPods switch automatically between devices. Everything feels connected. Now imagine taking that entire ecosystem and giving it a physical presence. According to multiple industry reports, Apple has been researching home robotics, including smart displays with robotic arms that can move and follow users during video calls. While these projects are still in development, they hint at a much bigger vision for the future. Instead of asking a smart speaker for information, a small Apple robot greets you at the door. It reminds you about tomorrow's meeting, tells you the weather forecast, and lets you know that a package was delivered while you were away. Need help finding your keys? The robot could use cameras and AI to search nearby rooms. During a FaceTime call, it could automatically move to keep you in frame as you walk around the house. It wouldn't simply respond to commands, it would actively assist you throughout the day. Building a home robot isn't easy. It requires advanced navigation, computer vision, artificial intelligence, and safe interaction with people. But Apple has spent years perfecting the way hardware and software work together, making it one of the few companies capable of turning such an ambitious idea into a polished consumer product. And at the heart of that robot would likely be something Apple is investing heavily in: artificial intelligence. AI Siri 2.0. When Siri launched in 2011, talking to your phone felt almost magical. You could ask simple questions, set reminders, or send messages using only your voice. But technology has changed dramatically since then. Today's AI assistants can write emails, summarize documents, answer complex questions, and even hold natural conversations. Compared to those advances, Siri has often felt like it was falling behind. Apple knows this, and that's why it's working on a much smarter version of Siri, powered by modern AI. Imagine saying, "I'm heading to work." Instead of waiting for more instructions, Siri already understands your routine. It checks traffic conditions, starts your favorite playlist, reminds you about your first meeting, sends a message that you're on your way, and adjusts your HomeKit devices after you leave the house. That's the difference between responding to commands and understanding context. Future Siri is expected to become more conversational, remember previous interactions, and work much more naturally across your Apple devices. Privacy will likely remain one of Apple's biggest priorities. Rather than sending every request to the cloud, many AI features are expected to run directly on your device whenever possible. That means faster responses while keeping more of your personal information private. Combined with future AirPods, the Home Robot, Apple Watch, and iPhone, Siri could become the intelligent connection that brings the entire Apple ecosystem together. OLED MacBook. Apple's MacBooks already feature some of the best laptop displays available, but the next major upgrade could make them even better. According to industry reports, future MacBooks are expected to adopt OLED display technology. Unlike traditional LCD screens, OLED allows each individual pixel to produce its own light. That creates deeper blacks, richer colors, higher contrast, and an overall more immersive viewing experience. For photographers, filmmakers, and graphic designers, color accuracy is incredibly important. An OLED MacBook could make editing photos and videos even more precise. Movie lovers would enjoy more cinematic visuals, while everyday users would simply notice that everything looks sharper and more vibrant. OLED technology can also improve power efficiency in many situations, helping extend battery life while maintaining Apple's premium display quality. It may not be the flashiest product on this list, but for millions of professionals and students who use a MacBook every day, it could be one of the most meaningful upgrades yet. But perhaps Apple's biggest design breakthrough isn't coming to the MacBook, it's coming to the iPhone, the borderless iPhone. For years, Apple has been slowly moving toward one ultimate goal: creating an iPhone that's nothing but screen. First, the company reduced the bezels. Then it replaced the home button with Face ID. Later came the dynamic island. But the journey isn't over. The next step could be an iPhone with no visible camera, no notch, and no cutouts at all. Everything, including the front camera and Face ID sensors, would be hidden beneath the display. Achieving this isn't as simple as placing a camera under the screen. Face ID relies on a sophisticated system of infrared sensors and projectors that must continue working flawlessly while remaining completely invisible. If Apple solves that challenge, the result could be one of the cleanest smartphone designs ever created. Watching movies would feel more immersive, gaming would become even more engaging, and the iPhone itself would almost disappear, leaving nothing but a beautiful edge-to-edge display. It's the kind of futuristic design people have imagined for years, and it may finally be getting closer to reality. When you look at these 7 products together, a clear picture begins to emerge. Apple isn't simply creating new gadgets, it's building a future where every device works together more naturally than ever before. Some of these products may arrive within the next few years, others could take much longer, and some may never become commercial products at all. But together, they reveal one important thing. Apple is thinking far beyond the next iPhone upgrade. Which of these future Apple products are you most excited to see become reality? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the future of technology.